right, it's good to be here today.
It's just so exciting to be here.
It is. We got some things to be excited about in Kansas City, and then we got some things that we seriously thinking about, and that's Reverend Pastor Hartsfield.
Yes, what a great soul. A great man.
He was your friend, right?
Oh, very, 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 very close. We had the best privilege of meeting in 1972. He was a great champion of human rights, great champion of community issues, and I could just go on and name so much that was of Dr. Hartsfield.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I met him when he was pastoring Tabernacle Baptist Church. I believe it was 1972 in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
And then from that point on, I had a chance to meet him because he and Dr. Clay Evans,
Dr. Clay Evans,
Bishop Brookins, Reverend C.L. Franklin, Dr. E.A. Freeman, they was some of the first that really put Jesse Jackson on the map with PUSH.
Right.
Jesse was with SCLC and then organized PUSH, and those were the persons, those were the champions that really gave him the push in order to make a success of Operation PUSH. And then I followed Dr. Wallace Hartsfield as a great preacher along the way. That was another preacher that's deceased now, the late Dr. Oh my, great preacher by, oh my, name leaves me for a moment, I'll catch it. But Gardner Taylor.
Gardner Taylor.
Gardner Taylor was one of the greatest preachers in time.
I've heard him preach before.
You better believe it. People would come from Spain, France.
Matter of fact, I heard him at Hartsfield's church.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I never will forget, I was then chairman of the Arkansas Baptist College Institute Board, and I am chairman again. And I had the best privilege back in several years ago to invite he and Dr. Gardner Taylor to Arkansas Baptist College for the Institute. And upon one of the days when Dr. Gardner Taylor was preaching, he wanted to know why did we put him on with such a great preacher, such an awesome preacher, such a great mind as Wallace Hartsfield. And he talked about what a preacher, and that we all know that Dr. Wallace Hartsfield was one of the greatest preachers that ever lived.
Right.
And not only was he a great preacher, but Dr. Wallace Hartsfield was a great pastor. To know how he cared about people is so unusual. How he was so warm towards people, how he was concerned about the total person, and how he would just get involved with people to make a difference. I'm sure that Mr. Maxwell talked about the shopping center, that he was possibly the first preacher leader, along with other pastors, who really put that shopping center, gave strength to Don Maxwell in building that shopping center when the old St. Joe Hospital was there. And
abandoned it.
Yes, 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 you got every word of that. And when Dr. Hartsfield led persons and Dr. A.L. Johnson down to the Capitol, Dr. Abel, down to the Capitol,
right,
to say we're not going to put a prison there, but we're going to put a shopping center. And then he was the leader of the Baptist Ministers Union when I came here as Pastor Morning Star, and I said, oh, what a great man to see this man in charge of all of these awesome preachers. And one of the things about Dr. Hartsfield, he could really capture our attention in things that was needed to be done. He also was the person that really pushed forward in starting the concerned clergy. I remember when he called just a few of us, and we sit down together and talking about having a ministers' conference that would not just be Baptist, but all clergy, whatever denomination, whatever color, whatever religion. Let us come together so that we can reach the people. And we could just go on and on and on and talk about things that he was such a champion. One of the only persons, and I mean the only person that I know could just pick up his telephone and simply say, I want you here at this meeting, would you be here? Mm-hmm. And clergy from all denominations would just show up because of this great man of God. And we talked about others talking about his preaching, but I think we all know, and you know, Jim, that you didn't find any greater preachers than Wallace Hartsfield. Sometime in his preaching, you'd simply ask the question, where did he get such wisdom?
Yeah, well, see, I recognized the wisdom. I didn't know all of the language of the Bible like you do, but it just would be mind-blowing, some things that he would say.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard him preach a number of times.
And not only did his convention know him, but all conventions.
Yes.
And we would cross the line, whether it was National Baptist USA, whether it was National Baptist of America, whether it was Progressive National Baptist. We'd cross the line and have him coming and preaching. That was just very, very, very exciting. And the other thing about him is that he believed in helping people. He gave so much of him, his money, his time, in order to make a difference in the lives of people. I never will forget, maybe it was 15 years ago, a little longer, that I received a call late at night, and he simply said, when I say late at night, I'm talking about 12 or 1 o'clock.
Wow.
And he says, Miles, says, that boy who is assistant chief, so do you know how to get in touch with him? I need to call him. I'm getting ready to go down to the jail in order to get such and such a person out there in jail. And I said to him, I said, Dr. Hartsfield, do you mind if I go with you? I went with him. He was down there making an effort. And what was so strange about it is that it was on Saturday night, before Sunday, before it was time to preach. And he did not find any excuses about being there. And it has been said that, and it is true, that here was a man that spent so much of himself to make a difference. And I believe it was somewhat in the 90s, about the middle 90s. He and Dr. Earl Abel and myself met, and it was our ambition that all three of us would carve out an era that we could work on, that we could make a difference, and that we could say, this is what we've done to help people. Reverend Abel took on where you see the seniors buildings, the seniors
Palestine.
Exercise, yeah,
Right.
Palestine, that's correct. Dr. Hartsfield took on the area which he lived, which is Metropolitan Homes, right behind Metropolitan Church. I took on the responsibility to fight to make a difference at 27th and Prospect. And so we all went to work, and we might not have accomplished all that we want to accomplish, but Jim, we are a long ways, and I mean a long way from where we used to be. And we're just here to say to Dr. Hartsfield, thank you so much for what you have done and where you're reaching. And as you say, what a man.
Give me a closing comment about change in Pastor Hartsfield and in your words.
In my words about Dr. Hartsfield, I can seriously say that I think there is no other preacher upon the face of this universe that poured more into the lives of people than Dr. Wallace Hartsfield Sr.
Okay.
He was
That kind of man.
kind of person.
And we appreciate you coming out.
All right, thank you for